to Action Coaching. We're certainly delighted that you joined us on today because God has a special coaching word for you. Now remember, nobody makes it without a coach. Every one of us needs somebody in our lives that'll coach us so that the God-given potential that's in us can come out of us and we can live our best life now. We're excited about you joining us today on Action Coaching, and we know that God is going to richly bless you. Make sure you hit subscribe and like and let others know that Action Coaching is on the air and that they need to be a part of these exciting coaching sessions because God has so much in store for you on Action Coaching. Today we're going to talk about how are you going to make this year your year. Most of the time that everybody start the year out with the New Year's resolution. And I like to say that a lot of times the New Year's resolution is just basically people saying something they're not really going to do. They hope that they would do it, but the bottom line, they are not really going to do it. But I just want to talk to you about in this coaching session, how can you make this year your year? So the first thing I want to talk about in this year, we are going to face our fears. Fear has caused a lot of us not to do certain things. What are you afraid of? What frightens you the most? What have you in a predicament where you are just paralyzed with fear and you are definitely scared to go? Fear of failure, fear that this won't work out, fear of this and that. Well, I'm here to let you know everybody have fears. You are not alone. I have had fears. Matter of fact, I've been so frightened, I didn't know exactly what I was going to do. I was shaking so in my boots, so to speak, because I was fearful. But I learned that every one of us got to face our fears. Now, fear is not that bad. It's not bad because when you face your fear, it's going to open up a whole lot of potential in you that you didn't even think you had. So this year, we're going to start with dealing with our fears. I mean, fear is exciting. It causes that nervous energy to come up in you. But however, you got to face your fears. Don't let fear paralyze you. Don't let fears hold you back. Be willing to run and face your fears. Because you'll find out that in facing your fears, you're going to learn about your strengths. You're going to learn about your abilities. You're going to learn about the things you can overcome. So it's time in this year to face our fears. Don't be fearful of failing before you ever start. Start first. Then if you fail, understand failure is not final. Just because you fail, everything is a learning lesson. You will never be perfect unless you try and try and try again. So many people think that they're going to get it right on the first time, but that ain't happening. So you might as well get that whole fear out of your mind and move forward in facing your fears. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is you got to remove negative thinking and talking people from around you. I don't know about you, but I've been around people that everything you say, they are negative about it. Have you ever been around a person who couldn't control their tongue and they always telling you what you can't do? Bottom line is they want to tell you what you can't do because they want you to do what they're telling you to do. And they'll just talk and they'll just talk and they'll just talk negative and they'll talk about this is not going to work. They'll tell you what other people are saying about you. They'll just talk negative. But it comes a time that you got to eliminate negative people because all they're doing is just feeding you negative stuff. And that's the way they do it. They just talk because they don't have the ability to do what you are about to do. I know it's easy to be negative about the person that's higher up on the mountain. I understand that because the people that are lower down on the mountain, that's pretty much all they got to do is talk about the person higher up on the mountain. But if you were climbing the mountain yourself, you wouldn't have any negative thing to say. I feel like this, that negative talk is like looking through a window into a house. You ever look through a window into a house, or either you look through a window and it's got the showroom and you're looking through the window, but you don't know what in the world is going on in that house. And I've come to understand that a lot of people can be talking, but they don't know what's in you. They don't know what you're made of. They don't know the power of God that's working in you because they just want to be negative. I remember one time that I was sick. And you had a bunch of people standing around talking about, well, you're sick of this and you're sick of that and you need to do this and you need to do that. And at the end of the day, they'll say, well, if I wasn't with you, you wouldn't have made it back. And on and on and on and all that negative talk. Man, they just didn't know what was in me because I was more determined than their negative talking to know that I was going to be all right. And a lot of times you have to do negative talking just like that. They looking through the window, but they don't know what in the world you made of. It's easy to complain about something that you don't have to pay for. It's easy to talk about something that you didn't build. It's easy to criticize things that you don't have and wish you have, but you're mad because others have it. So you got to move negative talking people from around you. This is going to be the year. You're just going to say no negativity. Now, they might not believe what you're doing, but they don't have to believe it. The only person got to believe it is you. And that's why you got to cut off the negative talk, because that will hinder you every single time. And people don't know exactly what's in you. This is going to be your year. You're going to do away with the negative talking, but you're going to rise above that. Number 3, you got to make sure, remember I talked about how you got to deal with your fear. You got to deal with negative talking around you. And in this year, I like to say it this way. You got to be prepared to get your hustle on. You got to be determined that if your dream is going to come true, nobody needs to work as hard as you. If you are going to be successful, you're the one that's going to have to work. You're going to have to believe in yourself. Stop trying to have a crowd believe in your dream. You just believe in it. Now I know God will send people to believe with you, but you certainly can't depend on that. You got to believe in yourself. So this is going to be the year that you're going to believe in your own dream. After all, if you don't, who in the world you expect to talk you into what you cannot believe for yourself? I've learned that the secret to success is I first got to believe in myself. I got to believe in my own dream. I got to believe in my own ability. I got to believe that it actually has nothing to do with my talent or skill. It has everything to do with what I believe. If I believe, I can accomplish a host of things in life. Now, I don't want you to go anywhere. I'll be right back to talk to you. I left off talking about how you have to believe in yourself. When you believe in yourself, that puts you in a position where you can meet up with your destiny. It's amazing how I run into so many people and they want you to do everything for them. They don't want to believe for anything. It's like, oh, set my ministry up, or set me up in this, or help me do this and that. No, it's your dream. It's your vision. You help yourself. You believe in yourself. You strive for yourself. You get started for yourself. Because life is lived forward. Life is not certain, but what's certain is the moment that you're living in and you going forward. You're going to make this year your year, then it's time you make a decision to say, I'm going to believe in myself. Everybody got dreams. Everybody got visions. Everybody want to reach the next level. But I want you to understand, you're going to have to put in the work. You're going to have to believe in yourself. Now I'm going to cover the last thing. Understand, failure is not final. So many times people think because they failed, it's final. But failure is just another opportunity to get better. The only way not to fail is not to try. So a lot of people are so afraid of failing, they won't even try. But failure is not final. You learn a host of things. I've learned yes, I've had some great failures, but I've had some tremendous victories. Yes, there have been days I didn't even want to get out of the bed, but I got up anyway. And I saw that God was with me in every single thing. If this is going to be your year, you're going to have to understand that failure is not final, that God has so much more in store for you that you cannot believe what's going to happen. So, let's go over it again. First thing, we're going to deal with our fears. We're going to move all of this negative talking. Too many of you, every day, you get up looking for some negativity. You go on social media just for the negative stuff. Why don't you look for some positive things in your life, some encouraging words in your life, some encouraging things that will stir you to move forward? And understand, praise the Lord, that when you do that, you're going to begin to move forward. And then you got to put the work in. You got to be willing this year to put the work in and believe in yourself and get started. When God called me to do what I am doing now, there's nobody there to clap and say, I believe you had the talent or you the skill or you even had the ability. Now, there's a whole lot of people that said that I didn't look like I was no preacher. I didn't speak like I was no preacher. I didn't speak like I could have all of these things. But guess what? They didn't know what was in me. And they didn't know that I believed in myself. But I got my hustle on. I went down and began telling people about Jesus. Not everybody came at one time, but I was consistent every single day showing up. And God began to move in my life. So you have to understand, you got to do that. And understand, failure is not final. There will be some things that you will fail at, but how will you ever learn if you don't try? I believe you can fail your way to success, because before anything is good and it's making money, there's going to be a whole lot of failures. The fact of the matter is that people don't get told about the failures. They just focus on the success. So they just act like somebody snapped their finger and all of a sudden they were successful. But it don't work that way. There were a whole lot of failures that went on behind the scene before that particular person became successful. This is going to be your year. This is going to be the time that you move into new territory and experience new things. That's why you need coaching. That's why you need to reach out and say, yes, Bishop, continue to coach me. Continue to pray that I am going to handle these things. No longer am I going to be stuck in this predicament, but I am going to move forward. I'm going to deal with my fears. I'm going to eliminate negative talking. There's some people you need to just get out from around you. They are too negative. Now I know there are people in the earth who think they know everything. They know everything and they don't feel like you know anything. And they know everything. They know everything about what you're supposed to eat, how you should speak, how you should walk, how you should blah, blah, blah. But trust me, they don't know everything because they don't know your destiny. They only know what they think they know for themselves. But everybody is not built like that. So I want you to reach out to me. Let me know the things you want me to pray over, that you start making this your year. Let me know the coaching tips that maybe I can answer back to you concerning making this your time. It's your destiny, it's your time, and God got great things in store for you, and it's about time you get started. I'm excited about this year. I'm excited about how many things are going to open up for people that are well coached and understand these are the things they need to move out of their life. I am so thankful that I learned that if you apply these principles, then you can have those dreams come to pass. That you've got to do these things because it is necessary for you to walk in your destiny. This year is your year. This is your time to shine. And yes, there will be some dark days, but yes, there will be a whole lot of sunshiny days that you will certainly thank God for, because I'm excited about what this year has in store for you. And praise God that as we begin to work out this year, things are going to get better and better, because this is your year. This is your time. I cannot stress to you enough that God has so many things in store for you. So many blessings that He want to open for you. But you've got to do these things. You can't sit and wait till they come to you, but you got to be willing to deal with these particular things yourself. What did I say? Face your fears. Move every negative talk from around you. Understand that there are going to be some mistakes made along the way, but failure does not mean it's final. Failure is just simply a learning process, because for every failure you get better. At least you learn what not to do next time, and for that you get better. So I am excited about what God is doing, and certainly I want you to start putting those things in practice and watch God move in a mighty way in your life. I'll be right back to talk to you. Remember, this is your year.
Tap somebody and say, I'm made for miracles. You know why God allowed things to happen to you? He wants to teach you that there are about 5 people got it. He wants to teach you that there are. So whatever the devil knock you back with, God said, now's the time to show him that he can't keep me there. Y'all ain't talking. Now is the time to let the devil know, greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world.
Thank you for being a part of Action Coaching on today. I trust that these little coaching tips have been a blessing to you. Of course, in this little short time, we don't have time to go through everything. So I just try to give you highlights of things that you could immediately put in practice and start on your journey. So I thank God for you being with us on today. I certainly want to encourage you to sit down and sow a generous seed for the support of Action Coaching. Yes, we stand in need of your financial support so that we can continue to expand Action Coaching and get bigger and better and offer you more creative ways to coach you to help you fulfill your God-given destiny. Now, there's a link in my bio that will give you a host of ways in which you can sow unto Action Coaching, and I'm certainly going to thank God for your seed faith gift on today. I believe that God is going to continue to prosper you as you bless the work of His kingdom by sowing that special seed on today. Thank you in advance for all of my partners. Thank you for all of you that continue to support us. I know that God is greatly enriching your lives. Now, once again, there's a link in my bio that will give you a host of ways to give unto us. And certainly we're looking forward to hearing from you. Well, I'm enjoying my time with you. And as I do each and every week, I want to encourage you. Share the word with a friend and keep the word in action.